I'm Nancy Drew. This is my center of operations, my desk. Go ahead and poke around. Oh shoot, the bulb burned out. Thanks to Prudence Rutherford, the wealthy socialite whose necklace I helped recover while solving that Scarlet Hand case a while back, I'm on my way to Venice, Italy. Apparently, someone there has been dressing up in a mask and cape and stealing valuable pieces of art. The news media call him the Phantom, not only because of the way he dresses, but because he leaves behind so few clues. Prudence, who loves Venice and belongs to an organization dedicated to preserving the city's art, is outraged the thief hasn't been caught yet. So she talked someone she knows at the GdiF, the Italian version of our FBI, into having me help the police in their investigation. She arranged for me to stay in Venice in the palazzo she used to own, which now belongs to a well-to-do widow named Margherita Faubourg. Beyond that, all I know for sure is that I'll be working undercover, and as soon as I arrive, the police will send me something that will lead me to my assignment. What it will be, I have no idea. But am I excited? Oh, see!
Open the door!
Oh, no! Well, Nancy, things are not looking good. What the heck happened? This case started out so well. I mean, what could be better than waking up in Venice, Italy? Let's see, what should I wear?
Hello, you must be the American Margherita mentioned. I'm Colin Baxter.
I'm Nancy Drew.
If you're looking for Margherita, she's up on the Altana, the rooftop garden.
What are you doing, if you don't mind my asking?
Right now, I'm restoring this 14th century mosaic, which means, without getting overly technical, I'm cleaning the tesserae that remain in place, repairing those that have been damaged, and replacing those that are missing with new ones custom crafted to match.
You kinda lost me at tesserae.
Simply put, tesserae are the individual tiles which comprise a mosaic.
Sounds like a lot of work.
It's a phenomenal amount of work. However, just between you and me, I do this for free. I became fascinated with art in general and mosaics in particular when I was at Oxford. Oxford University. That's where I'm from, actually. Oxford, England. At least, that's where I was born. I live here now and intend to do so for a very long while. Although I say that with no small amount of guilt.
Why do you feel guilty?
People like me and Helena are the reason true Venetians are slowly going extinct. We foreigners come to Venice, fall in love with her, and wind up staying. High demand for food and housing results in high prices, which in many cases means the people who were born here have to leave because they can no longer afford to live here. If I could be granted one wish, it would be to have been born here. That way I would feel entitled to live here, and I would know how to speak Italian.
You don't speak Italian?
Much as it shames me to admit it, no. Languages don't come easily to me. And since I am able to do what I do without knowing Italian, you know, I have some slides of various tesserae. Not only are they enormously informative, but they're also quite beautiful. Would you like to see them?
Sure.
Marvelous. Here we go. What a luscious shade of lilac. Lovely shade of scarlet. I adore this shade of crimson. I adore this shade of crimson. Gorgeous, like it was carved from a sunset. Looks like it was carved from amethyst. The color is simply unparalleled. Oh, I adore this one.
I'm afraid you're going to have to excuse me.
Very well. I thought I had at long last found a kindred spirit, someone who shared my passion for beauty, for art, but you apparently are like everyone else, interested only in what something is worth instead of what it offers the soul.
No, please. I'd stay, but I really do need to be somewhere. Believe me, I think what you're doing is fascinating, and you obviously really know your stuff. In fact, that figurine in front of you, I've been dying to ask you about it. It's exquisite.
What, this statuette? Yes, it is exquisite. It's an example of late Etruscan bronze work, no doubt cast some 2,200 years ago. I'm not sure how Margherita came to own it, but she's very fortunate. It's almost impossible to find bronzetti of this quality outside a museum. You see, after they conquered the Etruscans, the ancient Romans melted down thousands upon thousands of statues like this just so they could make coins.
Interesting. Shoot, I wish I had time to hear more.
No, you go on. We can talk more later. Oh, a parcel was just delivered for you. It's by the door.
Thank you.
Buongiorno. And again, welcome to Carnas Costa. I see you finally decided to get up.
Actually, I've been up for a while.
Good for you. I got up, showered, and came straight up here. If it's daytime and it's sunny, no matter the time of year, this is where you will find me. They say the sun gives you wrinkles and worse, and that may be true, but it also makes you tan. To me, to be tan is good. Your accommodations, they are to your liking?
Oh, yes, the room is wonderful.
You do not mind having a roommate?
Not at all.
Ah, you are just being polite. The last thing a young lady wants when she is on holiday is a roommate. I warned Prudence that you would have to share a room, but she said you had to come to Venezia this week and you had to stay here. And as we both know, what Prudence wants, Prudence gets. Have you gone outside the car yet?
No, not yet.
Just do not forget to take your key and lock the front door whenever you leave. This is not the Palazzo Grassi, but I do have several valuable pieces of art. And with Il Fantasma, this phantom thief, running around and stealing everything, I prefer not to take any chances.
I met the guy who's restoring the big mosaic in the main room. He's pretty intense.
Colin Baxter? I do not know how any man can find happiness looking at pieces of painted rock all day. Talking to him, it's like taking a sleeping pill. Que barba. But they say he is good, and so he works for me.
Who are they?
Everyone I know. All my friends own castles like this one. And since something is always in need of repair, we are constantly on the lookout for good workmen. And when we find them, we trade them back and forth like you Americans trade recipes for cookies. Olivia von Hellstein raved about the work he did for her. And what is good enough for the Countess of Schlosselbeck is more than good enough for me.
How long have you lived here?
Almost 2 years. 2 wonderful but very expensive years. The city expects homeowners like me to maintain these old buildings. But who pays for everything? We do. The Restoration Council gives us nothing, not 1 single euro. It is criminal.
You mean you can't afford it?
You miss the point. Just because I can afford to pay does not mean I should. It is the principle. It is the principle of the thing. Besides, being rich is something I like. If I am all the time spending money, I will soon be unrich.
I'll let you get back to your sunbathing.
Good, good.
Oh, shoot, I'm sorry. Here, I'll get those.
You must be my newly arrived roommate. I'm Helene Berg.
I'm Nancy Drew. Sorry for all the commotion when I came in last night. My plane got in 3 hours late.
No need to worry about waking me up. I can sleep through almost anything. Well, I'm sure you have things to do and places to go, so I won't keep you. Oh, by the way, there's a parcel for you in the entryway. Ciao.
L'olio d'oliva, il più buono di tutti! Qui venite!
I need a card.
Vuoi andare al cinema, Vania?
No, assolutamente no.
È un bel film.
Ma non lo capisco, no.
Non hai tempo? Devi studiare?
No, devo studiare.
Va bene, alla prossima, ciao.
Ciao.
Pesce fresco, presto, venite, pesce fresco. Dov'è il caffè G?
That's my pager. Antonio Fongo is in his office. Time to go to work. I'm too far away to see anything.
Nancy, what are you doing?
Studying the architecture. That's what I want to be, an architect, so I'm kind of boning up.
You Americans always busy doing something. Che noia.
This looks interesting. I'd better go somewhere private and report this.
Ciao, this is Nancy Drew.
Yes, is this Detective Leporace?
Si, but please, to you I am just Sophia.
I'll remember that, Sophia.
You have something to report?
I think so. While I was watching Fongo, a pigeon flew to the window outside. Fongo got up from his desk, went over to the window, and took something off the pigeon's leg. Something very small.
He removed something from the pigeon's leg. You are positive?
Yes, he removed something, kind of studied it, then left the office.
Maybe he is using a trained pigeon to communicate with someone. Yes, this could be true, because we know that by phone he talks to almost no one. Here is what we will do. I will deliver to you a tracking device. You will sneak into Fongo's office when he is not there and feed it to the pigeon. After that, you can use your PDA to see in what direction it has flown.
You want me to feed a tracking device to a pigeon?
It will be very, very tiny. But I do not want to leave it at the ATM. If you go there too much, people will get suspicious. So we will leave it for you in the costume store in Campo Santa Maria Formosa. It will be hidden among the things there. You will have to find it.
How will I know what it looks like?
Very soon, I will send a picture of it to your PDA. But you must locate the device quickly. If you do not find it in time, it will destroy itself. If that happens, we will hide another device. Your PDA will show you where we have hidden it.
You want me to feed a tracking device that self-destructs to a pigeon?
The self-destruct mechanism will automatically deactivate when you pick it up. And do not worry. The device will not hurt the pigeon after it is swallowed.
And I'll be able to track it using my PDA. Sounds like this thing is going to come in very handy.
It is from the GdiF. Military equipment is good.
Well, guess I'm on my way to Campo Santa Maria Formosa.
After you have fed the tracking device to the pigeon, you must do two things. You must find out where the pigeon goes when it leaves Fongo's, and you must discover what it is carrying. Call me when you know these things. You are good to help us, Nancy. We are very short-handed. Carnevale keeps the police very busy.
I'll do my best. Ciao.
Hello, Nancy, right? So, how do you like Venice?
Oh, it's incredible.
I think Venice is the most fascinating city in the world. Its history, its art, its layout, everything about it is so rich and so beautiful, and there's so much about human ingenuity. I absolutely love it.
Have you ever thought about living here?
I have indeed. In fact, every time I come here, I make an effort to meet new people. Having friends is very important to me, you see? But I don't want to move here until I can afford my own palazzo. So, until that day, I shall have to content myself with staying here wherever I can and as often as I can.
What do you do for a living?
I'm a journalist. Right now, I live in Hamburg because that's where the offices of Your Event magazine are. I do most of my writing for them. But I know far more about Venice than I do about Hamburg. In fact, I know more about Venice than most Venetians do. I know where the best souvenir stands are, the nicest glass shops. Here, I'll make you a list of the cheapest cafes.
No, that's okay. You don't need to do that.
You don't want to know where the cheapest cafes are? Are you sure you're American?
I'm just not into touristy things, that's all.
I see.
Oh, but you could tell me what your very favorite spot in Venice is. I'd love to know that.
Oh, well, let me think. That would have to be Campo San Paolo. There's something, I don't know, something very avant-garde about it that's quite charming.
So what do you think about all this phantom thief stuff?
I probably shouldn't say this, but I think it's great. A caped figure darting down walkways beside moonlit canals, melting mist-like into the shadows, escaping not with stolen money, but stolen art. It's all just so wonderfully Venetian.
You condone what he's doing?
No, of course not. It just captures the imagination, that's all. As far as crime sprees go, this one is rather refreshing. Il Fantasma hasn't physically hurt anyone and has some very interesting ideas when it comes to what's worth stealing. In fact, it's altogether possible this phantom could turn out to be a woman. Whew! That would be a story I'd write for free.
Since you're a journalist and you're right here, aren't you tempted to write a story about this phantom thief person?
As a matter of fact, I am writing a story for Your Welt.
So, have you dug up anything juicy?
This case is so huge, the police are swamped. Apparently, they've got people coming in from all over the world to help track down leads. My contacts at the police station are too busy to give me the time of day, let alone a juicy tip. However, one of my non-police sources just told me something very interesting. He said the word on the street is that the next thing the thief steals is going to be a person.
He's going to kidnap someone?
A very wealthy someone. At least, that's a rumor.
Do you talk to Colin Baxter very much?
I try to talk to him, but he's so focused on his work. Having a decent conversation with him is virtually impossible. Once, out of politeness, I feigned an interest in what he was doing, and the next thing I knew,
he was showing you his test ray slides.
Yes! They went on and on and on. It was nightmarish. I felt like a seabird that had landed in an oil slick and couldn't fly away. The only way I could escape was to confess that I found the slides less than fascinating, which hurt his feelings terribly, I'm afraid, but it couldn't be helped.
So you don't know much about him?
I know nothing about him at all. Actually, that's not quite true. Once, while he was working, his cell phone rang. He immediately left the room to take the call, but as he was leaving, he picked up by saying, "This is Justin." Not Colin, Justin.
He's using a fake name?
Either Justin or Colin. One of them's fake.
I should get going.
It's been a pleasure. Pretty locket.
Thank you. My boyfriend gave it to me.
Boyfriend? You do have it all, don't you, Nancy Drew?
Mmm. 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 Mmm.
Adò sto colognato chiude spette, far me non può, far me non può. Adò la fuoco cocce ma si fui, te lassi sta, e non te cora presse non destrui, sulla guarda, Yammon, coppa yammo ya, yammon, coppa yammo ya, fonecole, fonecula, coppa yammo ya, fonecula, yammon, coppa yammo ya, yammon, coppa yammo na, fonecole, coppa yammo na, fonecula.